Welcome back to Poorly Educated Today in the News, where the world feels like it's being run by a committee of raccoons, fighting over a glowing trash can, and somehow we're all expected to just go to work, like everything's normal. I don't know if it's the news or just my blood pressure, but every headline lately feels like it should come with a warning label and a complimentary helmet. We got wars, money problems, spy nonsense, and folks arguing about history like it just happened yesterday. So grab your coffee, hold on to your sanity, and let's try to make sense of this mess before it makes even less sense. Segment 1. Operation Epic Fury and the World's Worst Group Project. Now apparently we're in a full-blown conflict overseas, and they named it Operation Epic Fury, like it's a video game expansion pack instead of something with real consequences. You got the United States and Israel going after Iran, and it escalated so fast it's like watching a backyard barbecue turn into a demolition derby. They launched hundreds of strikes right out the gate, which sounds less like strategy and more like somebody flipping the whole table over and yelling, "We'll figure it out later." And sure, they hit a lot of military targets, but they also hit civilians by accident, which is the kind of oops that doesn't exactly smooth things over. And here's the thing that gets me. Folks act like this is some clean operation with clear goals, but it's more like trying to fix a leaky roof with a flamethrower. Yeah, you might stop the leak, but now the whole house is gone and your neighbors are calling the fire department. Millions of people displaced, entire regions destabilized, and somehow we're still talking like this is just another Tuesday. The grounded reality is simple. When you drop this kind of force into a region, it doesn't just end clean. It lingers like smoke after a bad decision. By the end of it, everybody's arguing over who won while the bill keeps getting bigger. Segment 2. Gas prices, boat drama, and the Strait of Oh No. Now let's talk about the Strait of Hormuz, which sounds like a fancy cologne, but is actually where a big chunk of the world's oil moves through. And wouldn't you know it? That's getting messed with too, because nothing says stability like blocking the global fuel supply. Oil prices shot up faster than my heart rate when I check my bank account. And suddenly everybody's acting shocked that gas costs more than lunch. It's like we built the whole system on one narrow waterway and then got surprised when it turned into a choke point. And I swear, the solution sounds like something a guy at a bar would come up with after 3 beers. Just block it harder and dare somebody to do something. Meanwhile, ships are rerouting, costs are skyrocketing, and we're paying for it at the pump like we personally started the conflict. It's like trying to save money by driving 10 miles out of your way for cheaper gas, except the whole planet is doing it at once. The grounded truth is, energy isn't just numbers on a screen. It hits everything from groceries to rent, and when it spikes, regular folks feel it first. By the time it settles down, we're all just hoping the next headline isn't worse. Segment 3. The Federal Reserve soap opera nobody asked for. Now back home, we got a situation with the Federal Reserve that feels less like financial policy and more like a reality show where nobody knows the rules. They were investigating the Fed chair over building costs, which honestly sounds like every construction project ever. Budget says one thing, reality says double it. Then suddenly the case disappears. And now there's a new guy lined up to take over, like it was all part of the plan. That's not policy. That's musical chairs with the economy. And I don't know about you, but when the people controlling interest rates start getting swapped around like spare parts, I get nervous. It's like letting somebody rewire your house while you're still living in it. Sure, maybe they know what they're doing. But also maybe the lights start flickering and the fridge stops working. The grounded concern is trust, because if people stop believing the system is independent, everything gets shaky real quick. By the time they're done arguing over who's in charge, we're the ones trying to figure out why everything costs more and nothing feels stable. Segment 4. Secret Missions, Crypto Bets, and Dumbest Criminal Award. Then we got this story about a soldier using classified information to make bets on a crypto prediction market. And I gotta say, that's a bold strategy. Not only are you risking national security, but you're doing it for gambling money like you're at a casino with top secret clearance. He basically took inside info about a military operation and said, you know what? I'm gonna put money on that. That's like knowing the Super Bowl script ahead of time and still managing to get caught. And here's where it gets wild. He tried to delete his account after making hundreds of thousands. Like that's gonna erase the internet. That's like robbing a bank and then throwing away your mask and saying nobody saw me. The grounded reality is technology makes this kind of stuff easier, but it also makes it easier to track, and eventually somebody notices. By the end of it, you've got a cautionary tale that proves just because you can do something doesn't mean you should, especially when it comes with a possible 60-year vacation in federal prison. Segment 5, Mall Chaos, Real Problems, and Nobody Feeling Safe. Back here at home, we had a mall shooting tied to social media arguments, which is just a sentence that shouldn't exist, but somehow does. People arguing online turned into real violence, and suddenly a place where you buy sneakers becomes a place you run for your life. It's like we took internet drama and gave it consequences nobody signed up for. And the response is more policing, more crackdowns, more tension, which might help but also shows how deep the problem runs. And I keep thinking about how normal this is starting to feel, which is the scariest part. When folks start shrugging at headlines like this, you know something's off. It's like living next to a train track. Eventually, you stop noticing the noise, even though it's still shaking your house. The grounded truth is this isn't just about one incident. It's about a pattern that keeps repeating. By the time the next story rolls around, we're already bracing for it instead of being surprised. Segment 6. History arguments and football distractions. And finally, we got leaders arguing over how to describe historical events while also trying not to upset current allies, which is like walking a tightrope over a pit of opinions. You got people wanting clear recognition, others playing it safe with wording, and everybody reading into every phrase like it's a hidden message. It's diplomacy, sure, but it also feels like trying to apologize without actually saying sorry. Meanwhile, folks back home are arguing about it like they were personally there. And right alongside all that heavy stuff, we got the NFL draft, because nothing balances global chaos like debating wide receivers. Teams are making big moves, fans are celebrating, and for a moment it feels like the world makes sense again. It's like having a tornado outside but still arguing about what to watch on TV. The grounded reality is people need distractions, something normal to hold on to while everything else feels uncertain. By the time the draft wraps up, we're right back to reality, hoping the next headline gives us at least 5 minutes of peace. In conclusion, the world right now feels like it's running on high speed with no brakes, and we're all just trying to keep up without losing our minds. You got global conflicts, economic stress, security risks, and everyday chaos all happening at once like some kind of twisted juggling act. The truth underneath all the noise is that these things are connected, and when one goes sideways, it pulls everything else with it. So we laugh, we complain, we try to understand it, and then we check the news again tomorrow, hoping it got a little less crazy, even though deep down we know it probably didn't.